A couple of years ago, I went through a stage of loneliness. I was going to church because I knew that it was a part of my job. But even though I was going to church and I was around the saints, I felt alone and invisible. One thing about living a life in the spotlight, you are going to always be conscious of your demeanor, your behavior. So even though no one required or asked me to do it, but I pretended like everything was okay. But deep down, I knew that I was dying spiritually inside and that I needed a breakthrough. I needed someone to talk to. Not only was I battling in my spiritual life, but I was going through some tough times in my marriage and I didn't think that it was going to last. If you're not a first lady or a wife that's working in ministry, you may not understand. I was tired of coming to church because I was tired of the same routine. I had lost my burden of working in ministry, but I continued to come to church because that's all I knew how to do. Church has always been a part of my life, being that my mom, she was a pastor. And what felt so bad about that time is because I would come to church and I would watch people get breakthroughs, deliverance, but it seemed like that God was overlooking me. At that time, I had heard the saying about how people call it life in a fishbowl for pastors' wives. Before then, I didn't understand what that meant, but after being in that season, I definitely understood it. I felt alone. I felt like I was looking through a window and watching everyone else's life change, thrive, and flourish, and that I was being left behind. I didn't have any close friends. And one reason is because when you work in ministry, it's hard to find true friendship because some people don't have the right motives. And so you have to be careful about who's in your circle. So I was just alone. One of the most loneliest parts about being in ministry life is when you go through difficulties in your life and you feel that you don't have anyone to talk to. So I continue to go to church every Wednesday night, every Sunday morning, longing for help. I can even remember then wishing that I had a mentor or another first lady friend, someone that understood and that could pray for me. But I didn't have that. Another reason why you feel that you have to pretend like everything is okay because people expect you to have it all together and you don't want to let anyone down. So it's so easy to us to pretend that everything is okay. You get so used to always being there for someone else, even if you're not giving advice, but just listening to other people's problems, but you don't feel the freedom of talking to someone about your issues because you feel that you have to be strong. You have to always have it together. And I do want to mention this too. I don't recommend you, if you're going through a hard time right now, discussing it with your members because most of the time they're not going to understand. And not only that, it's easy for them to lose respect for you. God has an order too. The same way He don't want us to go to our kids telling them about our problems. He don't want us to go to members because they are spiritually, they're like your children. But no one is perfect. And in life, we are going to go through things and we're going to need someone to help us. After going through that season and I had found deliverance, God put it in my heart to start a YouTube channel and to focus on helping wives in ministry. Just in case you don't know, I just want to talk about the signs of being emotionally disconnected. You feel numb or emotionally exhausted. You avoid meaningful conversations. And you feel like you're just functioning in ministry. And you feel that nobody cares and no one understands. Like I explained before, you may feel like you may be in a stage in your life to where you're going to church and it seems like you're just stuck, you're in a rut. Nothing is happening. You don't feel God when you're at church anymore like the way you used to. It's hard for you to pray. You can't get a breakthrough. You cry in private often. You don't feel like you've been seen, even by your spouse. Next, I'm going to talk about what you can do about it. Number 1, ask God to connect you to your purpose and your people. When I was going through that difficult season in my life, I prayed for many days and I cried out to God. I even went in my closet because at that time my children was at home. My girls were teenagers and I didn't want them to know that I was going through. So I would go into my walk-in closet, lay on the floor and just cry out to God. One thing I can say that even though it didn't feel good when I was in that season, but it taught me how to cry out to God. It broke my spirit. And the Bible talks about a broken spirit and a contrite heart. That is what God wants us to have, and it draws us closer to Him. The next thing you can do is join a community with other wives in ministry. And at that time, I didn't use YouTube. I didn't know anything about going online and trying to find my people. But if you are going through a dark season right now and you need someone to pray for you, let me know in the comment section. That's the purpose of me creating this content, is to help you and to let you know that you're not alone and that God sees you and He cares about what concerns you. You're going to get through this. It's just a test. Continue to pray and try to reconnect with God. God is a burden bearer. He's a heavy load carrier. He's a heart fixer and a mind regulator. There's nothing too hard for God to solve. Tip number 3, prioritize time for yourself and healing. Now, one thing you may need to do is to just get away for a while, if possible. Take a break. And during that time, talk to God and try to reconnect with Him. Ask Him to heal your heart, to take away the hurt, to restore the joy that you once had in Him. And He will do it for you. If you have any issues in your marriage, ask God's help. Ask Him to give you wisdom, to give you patience, to help you to be an example to your husband, to show him love and respect. If you feel emotionally dry, make sure you take advantage and get my free 7-day guide. I know it will be an encouragement to you. If you feel like you need to talk to someone and that you need someone to give you directions, to pray with you, schedule a consultation with me. My information will be in the description box and also pinned in the comment section. If this video was a help to you, let me know in the comment section. And if you want to support me, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, go on and subscribe, and also like this video and share it with another sister that you feel that needs encouragement. I pray that God continue to bless you. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.